Today I'm going to talk about my tips for baking great sponges while I make a lemon drizzle sponge and a chocolate sponge. My first tip is to buy my recipes. My sponges are soft and delicious. They bake pretty flat with minimal doming and they are sturdy enough to be decorated. I've sold around 1,000 PDFs and I have PDF guides about my ingredients and batter quantities, my recipes, my flavour variations, cake decorating and more. I use my recipes and PDFs and charts every time I bake, which is why I thought they would be good for other people, and they are available to purchase through the stand store on my page. My next tip is to get some really good tins. I love these PME non-stick ones, they never let me down. And my next tip is to use PME cake release spray. This is brilliant. There's no need to cut out any baking paper or make goop or do buttering and flouring. You just spray and the cakes come out really easily. My next tip is to bake low and slow. I bake at 150 degrees fan oven, which is gas mark 3 or 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees electric. How long I bake for really depends on the size of the cake, but a 6-inch round takes around an hour and 5 minutes to bake. I leave my cakes in a tin when I get them out of the oven for around 5 to 10 minutes, then I just run a palette knife around and they pop right out. Another tip is to not overmix when you add the flour. Just mix on a slow speed until just combined and make sure you scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure all the flour's in there. If you overmix at this point, it can make your sponge a bit dense and gummy. My final tip is to not bake and decorate on the same day. I bake one day and decorate the next. Leaving them wrapped in cling film on the side overnight just lets them settle and firm up. Decorating a cake that's just been baked can be really difficult because it's quite soft. This goes for levelling too. Trying to level a cake that is only just cooled or come out the oven is really difficult. It can crumble. Leaving them overnight just lets everything settle and they are much easier to bake. Just at room temperature, I don't leave mine in the fridge. And they are my top tips for baking lovely sponges. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comments and I will try to help. And if you have bought my PDFs and you enjoyed them, thank you so much. I'm really glad and I love getting feedback and pictures of all your lovely bakes.